Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we are going to be going over how to build a landing page that is high converting and designed for Google Ads, and that will get you the best results out of your advertising campaigns. I'm going to show you from start to finish how to build this thing correctly so you can get the best results possible. I'm also going to go over a few other things, why landing pages are important, what a landing page is, the results we've achieved with a landing page, and also the expectations of what you can get with a landing page as well. And then I'm also going to go over the requirements for what you need. There's not a lot of stuff. But I'm going to cover all of that in today's video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now let's start off with defining what a landing page is. And a landing page is a dedicated page that is designed to present visitors with a product or service they're looking for and a pathway to completing one of your business objectives. And that is from allium.com. I think that's a very good definition. However, if I wanted to simplify it, I would say a landing page is a very basic page that does one of two things. Normally, it either allows the customer to call you or email you, and it provides all the reasons why they should. It should come up with a solution to their problem, provide social proof, provide what you can do for them, and then allow them to easily contact you. That is a landing page. And the reason why it's important is because most people on Google Ads will use a website over a landing page. Now, you may not think this is a big deal, but websites tend to convert anywhere from 0 to 10%. We normally get results anywhere from 20 to 40%. So we're going to be multiplying our results 4, 5, 6 times just by using a basic landing page to get better results. And this is absolutely amazing because Google Ads is expensive. Facebook ads are expensive. And if there's any way you can multiply this or triple this or quadruple this and see way better results, I think that's a very good investment. And most of these softwares and things used to build landing pages are really cheap nowadays. So I would highly advise using them. Now, just to give you an overview of what a basic landing page looks like as opposed to a homepage is this great little infographic here. As you can see on the right, we have a specific purpose, easy navigation, 1 or 2 calls to action at most. We don't want to overwhelm the customer. And that's one of the reasons landing pages convert so well. They don't have a lot of stuff going on. They only have 1 or 2 main goals, whereas a website may have hundreds or thousands of different pages on the websites. People often get confused, they get overwhelmed, and they say, you know what, I can just find a solution somewhere else. And they do. It's called cognitive overload. People just get stressed out if there's too many options. And that's literally what a landing page eliminates. It eliminates all the options except for 1 or 2. It's amazing at boosting conversion rates, and I love them. Now, when it comes to results, I have quite a few case studies on the matter, and this stems all the way from 2021 up until the present date, and I'm going to show you all the results we've achieved with landing pages. A lot of companies don't like mentioning their names. It's understandable for whatever reason, privacy and all that, but I'm going to show you the results we actually achieved and the conversion rates that we were able to get for our customers. So imagine a normal website anywhere from 0 to 5%, 0 to 10%. And then compare it to a landing page and what we were able to achieve and the actual amount of leads you were able to gain over just using a basic website, I should say. And for this one, this was an HVAC campaign. We were able to achieve a 26% conversion rate, which is very, very high compared to the Google Ads average. Most industries are sitting around 4, 5, 6%. The next campaign here is a pool installation campaign. We were able to achieve a 21% conversion rate, and this is in 2022. The next one is a moving campaign. We were able to achieve a 34% conversion rate, and this was with quite a bit of conversions, 72 conversions. And this just goes to show that the actual campaigns do scale. It's not like, oh, we got 5 conversions at a 50% conversion rate or something like that. We were getting quite a few conversions in this account. And then I will come over to one of our current accounts, and this is achieving an 18.24% conversion rate as of April 10th to May 9th of this year. And yeah, it is doing really well. The update for Google Ads has slightly diminished the amount of conversion rates just because phrase match and exact match aren't as strict as they used to be. So conversion rates have gone down a little bit. Also, this account is struggling for search terms. So we are trying to bid on a little bit more. So that's why our conversion rate is a little bit down, but still 18% is really, really high for most Google Ads accounts. Now, when it comes to expectations and what you can actually get from a landing page when first starting out a brand new account, we like to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 20%. Normally, you're not going to hit 20 to 40% right off the bat, but in the coming months, you should be able to easily achieve somewhere between 20 and 40%. However, even if you only hit 15%, that's still significantly higher, and you're tripling your results if you previously had a 5% conversion and go to a 15% conversion, which is, absolutely fantastic. especially if you're spending thousands a month on Google Ads and you're only seeing a few leads. Going from 10 leads to 30 leads a month is an absolute game changer for most accounts, and this is one of the reasons I'm so big on landing pages and I constantly recommend them. Now I'm going to go into the actual requirements you need to build the landing page, and then we will get into building the actual landing page. Now, when it comes to actually building a landing page, there's a few ways to go about it, and you can build one on a normal WordPress website. You can normally build them on website builders like Squarespace, but our personal preference is to use a landing page builder. I find it just far easier to do this, and normally most of the landing page softwares are actually optimized for speed. They already have the actual security certificate in it, so you go from HTTP to HTTPS, which makes it very, very easy and secure for all your customers on the back end. There's just a lot of benefits. Normally, they're super easy to customize, super quick, and normally pretty cheap as well. So that's my personal favorite. That being said, you can design them any way you want. You can use whatever program you want. This is going to be the program I like to use. There's a whole bunch, but for me, I really like the program Landingly. I use it for our agency. I think it's absolutely awesome. It's super cheap, super affordable, super quick, super easy. There's just so many benefits about it, and I really recommend it to anyone just getting into landing pages. If you have a massive agency with thousands of, different customers and stuff like that, Landingly probably isn't the program for you. However, if you're new to landing pages, Landingly is awesome. There's also Unbounce and lead pages, and there's just so many. You could even use MailChimp if you wanted for landing pages. I would just recommend whatever you like using and you can afford. I would use that one as normally the way to go. I like Landingly. If you like Landingly too, feel free to follow along on it, or feel free to follow along on whatever platform you're using. Now we can get into actually building the landing page. And I like to use some sort of template when building a landing page. It makes the process a lot easier. When it comes to creation and building things from absolutely nothing, it's kind of difficult, at least for me. So I like to look at a template, get an idea of where things should be. And this is the template we use for essentially 90+% of the companies we do. We normally change the services and we expand on the actual area below here. We add more stuff, more reasons to buy, stuff like that. Maybe add a few more sections just so Google can actually scroll through that and get a better quality score. But that's what we normally use right off the bat. This is the exact same one we use for our HVAC case study. So I think we were able to achieve pretty good conversion rate with that, and very, very similar to the moving company as well. And we really like this. It works. And if it works, keep it around, keep tinkering with it, trying to make it better. But this is a very, very basic landing page that works very, very well. So we're going to be basing our new one off of this. And very simple to create a landing page in Landingly. If you don't know, this is what the inside of Landingly looks like. We're going to hit create new landing page. I'm going to go with let's just do a simple template over here. They have so many templates. So if you find one that's easier for you, you might want to do that one. But we're going to go with, I like this one. This one looks good. We've used this one in the past as well. We're going to call this, let's do a solar company for this one, because one of my YouTube comments was, do you have a solar landing page? So we're going to do that. And let's roll with it. Call to action. We can reduce this down to size. I don't really like the size of that. It's a little big. We could get a quote now. I should work from top to bottom, but I don't. I just find it way easier to do it this way. I like to round out the corners to 30. Good. You can do that. And then I would do the second one for a phone number. Is it redirect telephone TEL? And I will look at the actual call number as well. Sometimes we'll just do a random number here. 9999. Perfect. And then instead of get a quote, it will be call now. Actually, you know what? I prefer doing the actual phone number. So it gives people 999. Perfect. And then this will be a light box. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But essentially, this will just be a easy pop-up. And you can go from there. So the company logo, you can put at the top, you can put here. It's really up to you. It's not going to make a huge difference. For this example, I'm going to be using this company called Terawatt Solar. I randomly just looked this up on Google. They're apparently close to us, so I'm going to use them as the example to make this. Just going to copy and paste their images here. I don't know if the WebPD will actually stick here, but we will check out. When it comes to images, we can just come over here. We will upload. Perfect. That uploaded. Terawatt Solar. And I really like this at the top. I think it looks more professional. Their website logo is not that great, so we're just going to keep it here. If you had a better logo, I would stick that probably up at the top. When it comes to this, the actual headline is one of the most important things. This is going to be your headline and then your subtitle as well. These two things are probably the biggest differentiators on your entire landing page, you can screw up all of this, like, and have it really, really bad. But provided you have a clear call to action at the beginning and a nice picture, you can still have a very decent landing page. It's amazing what you can get away with, provided you have a decent heading 1 and a decent heading 2. So for this one, I really like going to ChatGPT for this. Come up with a solar company service headline. And we'll do headline line 2 for a landing page for people interested in purchasing. And this will generally give you a pretty good idea. Powering your tomorrow expert. You know what? That's not terrible. It's not the best. I would probably, you know what? Easy and fast solar installation. That sounds way more understandable for the vast majority of people, and that's what we're going to go with. You know what? And then we can add a little something more complex down here. Make it look a little bit fancy for you guys. Perfect. And then we're going to pull a picture of our actual product. Normally I like to put a picture of the product so people know what they're getting. You could have a before and after picture. You can have a video. Make sure if you're doing a video that it's actually optimized and it plays quickly. You don't want to actually lag the landing page and make it really slow, because if it takes more than 3 seconds to load, a majority of people are going to leave, and that is going to increase what is called a bounce rate, and you're going to get significantly less conversions. So you know what? I wonder, let's see if we have a picture here. Let's just roll with this one. I would probably find a better, you know what? I like this one. I like this one. I think this could work well. I think it's a good overview of what we have as our offer. We're going to do solar installation. I would even, you know what, put in probably someone building the solar, but sake of time, I don't want to go through all that and bore you guys. Make sure the stuff is aligned. Yeah, I would probably find someone like hammering away on a solar panel, or, you know, making it look like they're building it. That way you can kind of get across even more what you guys offer and go from there. When it comes to the rest of this, you could put a phone number in the top left corner or top right corner, and then the logo up here. That also works. But the main and most important part of this, keep it simple, easy to understand, easy and fast solar installation, illuminate your home with clean energy, seamless solar installations tailored just for you. That's easy, gets to the point. People are like, yep, that's my problem. This landing page solves my problem. What happens next? And you can get a quote, or you can call the number. Very, very easy. This would be the actual benefits section. So I like putting social proof next. But benefits is also a good section. I find that social proof is one of the main reasons people are actually going to convert on your website or landing page, I should say, and very, very important to do. So the next part of this is the actual benefits. What I would do, I would find the reasons people want to buy from you. Most of the people who work in the business will know why people pick them. Sometimes you don't, and you got to figure out why. But most of the reasons: quick installation, it's cheap, it's a guaranteed warranty, it's, you know, there's a ton of reasons. So we could do fast installation. We could do, you know, warranted for, you know, 10 years. What else? We could do, licensed and insured is always a good one. Licensed and insured. You could do, you know, 10 plus years or, you know, let's do 15 plus years of great work, hundreds of reviews, 100 plus 5-star reviews. What's another one? Let's think. And another great thing about ChatGPT, give me benefits for the company in bullet form. And now it might not be perfect, but it will give you might give you an idea. And that's what we're just looking for right now. You know, and what's really important to people, sometimes this is giving a very good example of maybe people are really oriented towards making sure everything is very green and they're eco-friendly and all that. You know what? I think that's good. I like getting a wide variety of benefits and then narrowing it down as the life cycle of the campaign goes on. And the reason I like to do that is because you don't know right off the bat what is going to win someone over. It might be that 5-star review. It might be the warranty. It might be the eco-friendly. It might be licensed and insured. And you can A/B test that in ways. You can create entire sections on that and then see which one converts better and just go from there. For this, I would just further add descriptions. I would add in how fast you can do the installation. Maybe it's, you know, we can have the entire solar done in a week. We can have, this is our warranty, this is what it covers, explain more, and just explaining more and more about that. It's pretty self-explanatory here. I would just continue doing that. I would also make yeah, that matches up. That's fine. We're going to move this up. I don't like having this heading as big as it is, but I think it looks good here. Moving on forward, we have our value proposition, value proposition, value proposition. So this could be happy customers. I like these things. They're just a banner. So you could have all of the companies you use for your products here. So it could be, maybe we use XYZ company and ABC company and whatever company, and list all the companies you work with. And that helps provide more and more social proof. It could also be all of the, awards or reviews you've gotten as well, and just put them all listed out here. This helps a lot. I'm not sure if this company has any. I don't think they do here. Let's see if they do. They've got a cool diagram. That's cool. Grants. This is not. Oh, okay, perfect. So what you could do here is essentially just put out more and more of these testimonials. This looks great, actually. I'm going to steal this for later. But what I'm referring to is essentially the banners you see with a whole bunch of companies. You'll see like I said, ABC company, whatever company, and it'll be a whole list, or maybe it's all the awards they've run. Those work really, really well, and very, very convincing, and helps improve social proof, which was what we really want to go for. We could do, 5,400 jobs completed, and of course, make sure these numbers are accurate. You could do, what else we could do? 354 locations maybe, and then we could do 12-year warranty. My spelling today is not great, guys. That looks cool. And of course, you want to jazz this stuff up, make it look a little bit more professional than what I'm doing, but I want to make sure you guys understand the bare bones of this first, and then the making it look pretty is kind of the second part of this. You want to make sure all of the descriptions, all the benefits, all the social proof, this part specifically looks good, is clean and easy to understand as well. That is the most important part. People often overlook that. They want to make everything perfect, and they overlook the basics, and that normally costs them quite a bit. You could also put graphics here, like little icons with the happy customers, jobs, locations. Same as here, little icons just to make things a little bit more interesting. Description. This is what I really like adding. We've already added a benefits section, so I'm going to get rid of this one. But I would probably extend this as well. And if we were doing a certain specific type of solar, I would actually even further expand it and make it so residential solar. And then we could do a 12-step process or a 5-step process going through each and every step with each and every image. For this, I don't know if they have that, so I'm just going to copy this page here. But you can make this really interesting and really specific for you. And normally, the more in line it is with the keywords you're going after, the more it's going to be successful. So if you're going after residential solar, or solar for your home, it's going to perform a lot better than if you just go after something vague. So we want to make sure it is very, very precise on what we are targeting. Oops, what did we do here? Okay, this website is very interesting. And you can't copy anything, so that's fantastic. Exceptional customer service and workmanship. That's workmanship. That's fine. And then I would go in and talk about how we are, Canada's leading solar company. At XYZ company, we are leaders in solar installation. We pride ourselves on delivering quality services and products. And then I would continue to expand that as well, and just go into more about your offer. So in the description, I really like to, again, go into the offer. What are you selling? That's generally going to be the main text, because if people are interested, they've looked at your social proof. You have a whole bunch of testimonials. They like your initial header. They're like, yep, easy, fast solar installation, but I want to learn a little bit more. They have that opportunity to go down and learn about it. For this, I would copy this out, and I would switch these places. So I would put this here, and I'd put this here, and then it makes it interesting. So the eye can kind of go back and forth, and it becomes a journey. And then if you were doing steps on the solar installation or what you offer, you could do step 2 here, step 3 here. And then on to the next part. This is testimonials. Normally, I don't like using the landing lead testimonials. What I like to do is actually come over here to our Google reviews, and you can type in any company, they'll pop up if they have the reviews, and just literally copy and paste them in here. The reason for this is it looks way better and more believable than if you just type in a random review, because I've seen a ton of websites with fake reviews on them. However, if you can actually take a picture of it and paste it into your landing page, it becomes a lot more believable and people are more likely to convert. We use that for our landing pages and we find it drastically increases the conversion rate. So I would recommend doing the same for you. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to come over here and steal this actual section just so it's a little easier to paste in and I don't have to continuously move it and recreate it. I'm going to delete this section and then I'm going to come over here to the actually, we should change this color. We're going to copy this color. Make sure the colors match up for each and every section. That way it looks better. See, that looks way better than the other one. We're just going to duplicate, and we're just going to delete the other ones. Delete. Perfect. And then we're going to come over here to terawatt, and normally you can open this up. And what I like to do is just use a program to take a picture of these. Landing, I should say. We're just going to upload all of these, and as you can see, they pop in. Cool. And we're just going to add this one. Like I said, also my screen was set to black here, just because I normally work at night, and I like it black. It's just easier for me to read. I would make sure these are also white. Please take the time to actually change them. I'm just being lazy here so you guys can see the example. But as you can see, this looks a lot better than just the generic garbage reviews that people can just literally type in. And yeah, it does a very, very good job when it comes to conversion rates, like I said previously. And I think that one, if I double these out, cool. And this should be the last one. Perfect. All right, so now we have our reviews and our testimonial section, I should say. We're gonna move this up. I don't really like the massive gaps here. We kind of want to make it look nice and easily navigable as opposed to just like having to scroll and scroll and scroll. What I like doing at the bottom part is leaving a little information about the company in general. So you can just copy and paste this. If you have multiple landing pages, normally this section is going to be applicable for every single section, or every single landing page, I should say. So I like to put the logo. If you have any awards or anything, I'd also put that. This logo's not great because it's very blurry. If I could get a better one, I would. And then I would put terawatt about our company, and then give a little detail here. I would come up here, terawatt, something, our approach. That's cool. Our unique approach allows something. I will just make it up. You know what? I'll let ChatGPT make it up. I need a 100 word description of my solar installation company. Perfecto. And then, you know what? I'll just get rid of that. Insert terawatt solution, or solar, I should say. And then this is super important at the end. I'd also add in, if you have any awards, I'd also put that next to the logo. I'm not sure if these guys have it. I don't think they have any awards here. So I would put like Google 5-star reviews, you know, maybe they won the solar award or something like that. I would line them all up here. Just like, I believe we had awards. Yeah, just like this. I would do that just because it makes it look way more professional. You know, maybe you're sponsored by the Better Business Bureau, or you're a partner, Google 5-star reviews, and then the company logo here as well. And it just makes it look really, really professional and makes it look like you guys know what you're talking about, which is very important when it comes to making sure people convert and buy your stuff. Cool. And then this is super important, making sure you end with a call to action. I also like putting call to action throughout here, so I wouldn't be opposed to putting a couple more here. Let's see where we put it in here. Yeah, we have one here. I would probably put another one here, and then one at the end, just like this. I'm gonna copy this one just because I think it looks way better than this one. Actually, you know what? We will move this up. This is the nice thing about Landingly. You can just hit up, and then that's great. Call to action, we'll adjust that in a second. Put this part here. Our solar techs are on standby. Cool. Solar experts. And then call now is a nice button. And then we will adjust this. You know what? I'll just copy this button. Get a quote. Actually, we'll just do the phone number. The phone number is normally your company will want one of two things. a phone number or an email lead. It's important to figure out which ones are more important to you. Sometimes email leads are more valuable. Sometimes phone calls are more valuable. If one is more valuable than the other, I would highly recommend only adding the one you find more valuable throughout the landing page more often than not. So if you find the phone number more valuable, add it here, add it at the top, add it in the middle, and then add it at the bottom as well. That's normally what we like, or I like to do, as it generally gets you the best results in terms of getting that specific type of lead, because normally a certain type of lead will normally convert better into a sale. Supporting statement for your call to action, get in contact with one of our happy and friendly solar experts now. Call whatever. So this is cool. It's just a nice reinforcement. This is what we want them to do. It's a nice little journey. So maybe they see this, they're like, yeah, solar installation. Let me look a little bit more. It goes over the benefits. They're like, okay, that's cool. These are all the benefits. Nice. I'm interested. Do they have any social proof? Are there other people that are happy? This is here. That's fine. I'm going to put the testimonials above this because I find the description less valuable for more often than not. So we're going to move this down. And sometimes it could be more valuable, but more often than not, social proof is the most valuable thing here. So we're going to restructure this because I want to make sure this is exactly what I would do when it comes to actually making this stuff. Perfect. And then as you can see, we have the different sections. We're going to move this up a little bit just so it's easier. Description, exceptional workmanship. You know what? Let's get another picture just so it's easier. You guys can get to the point. Wait, do they have a video? They do have a video here. I can take this video. We live in Canada. Copy video URL. And this is going to be a good example for you guys. If you've never used a video here, it's very, very similar to a image. All you got to do is bring it over here. You can't see it in the actual editor. That's the only issue. However, you can see it once you publish the page, and you can see it in preview mode as well. What you're going to do is just paste your URL here for the video, and that's it. And I'm going to find something to write next to it. Take a see what our customer about our services. You know, maybe our award-winning services. Cool. Also fill in this part and make sure it's like, we have won how many awards? Yeah, I'll just do that. Yeah, I'll just do. You know what, guys? I won't be lazy today. At our award-winning solar company, we take our customers seriously. Very seriously. So much so that I spelled the word wrong. And in this video, you of us, and you know, something like that. I would spend more time on this, but yeah. And then award-winning solar techs, we got to change the background photos, ladies and gentlemen, because that's not going to look good. We just have that. Let's see if we can find another photo here. Was I already on that one? Oh, that one looks good. I don't mind that. Is that fine? Let's see if it's big enough. Sometimes the background image is a little difficult to do. The reason for that is they just got to be really, really big. And not every picture is super big, and it'll come out blurry. Also, that's okay. I would find a better picture that's a little less blurry. But make sure the focus here is not on the picture, it's on the call to action. A lot of people will make the picture the big focus point of this, and the focus point should be the calls to action, not the actual pictures and the designs and how beautiful it looks. That's great and all, but we need the people to actually call and email us. Otherwise, our advertising dollars are going to go out the window. So the final portion here is going to be our actual footer. I'm just going to copy this and put it here. We will do, what was the name of this company? Terawatt Solar Company. I would also link their privacy policy as well as the phone number as well. And I'd update that to 2024, so make sure everything looks legit. That looks fine. I would take the blue from this. So I just got to find out what color this actually is. And let's see this website. Normally you can find it viewing the inspect button. Let's see if they put this blue anywhere on this website. They did not. So I'm going to use a program called Color Picker. I think it's Picker from Image. And I'm not a great artist or anything like that, but I do understand that if you have I think it was this one was the, perfect. If you use the same few colors, things tend to look better. So I like to go with 3 default colors. So as you can see, we have the orange and the blue. I'm going to change this to the actual blue here, and it's going to look way better than this off blue. See, it already looks better. You could also do a border around this as well. Make it a little bit bigger. Maybe we use the blue. Cool. Make it look just a little bit more organized. People like sections. That's one of the things in design and everything there. If you can make it easily navigable and people can figure out what they want to read, people are more likely to explore. So we have the benefits section, we have the header section, we have this fun thing here. We also have the call now. We have, you know what, I'm gonna make it a little orange just so it's a little different. What color is this? We're gonna just copy this color. As I said, we're just gonna use the same 3 or 4 colors. It's not a big deal. We're also gotta take, what color was this? I don't know. There we go. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna use this. Cool. I would probably make this a little easier to read. Maybe we could just go all black. That looks pretty good, actually. Not terrible. You could also do the headlines in different colors if you wanted to, but this is just, it's becoming excessive with what we're doing. This isn't really going to change the conversion rate at all, but it is nice to do just so it looks nice and professional. Cool. Cool. Nice. Everything's on point. Everything's on color. You could, change the color scheme a little bit. I wouldn't change it too much as this is starting to look really, really good. When it comes to, there's 2 more things I really want to show you guys because this is essentially getting close to being finished. We're going to go to the thank you page. The thank you page, pretty self-explanatory. We're just going to throw the logo in here. People overcomplicate this. This is completely and utterly useless for the most part. It just says, thank you, one of our reps will be in contact with you. That's all it needs to do. Do not overcomplicate this. Do not put phone numbers here. This will only appear if they fill out an actual lead for an email. If they just call you, this is not going to appear. Thank you. Of our solar experts will touch with you in the next, I'm going to put 24 hours, but the quicker you can get back to them, the better, because people don't like to wait. And if you make them wait, they'll probably just go find somewhere else to buy solar panels from. So we'll just find a different, maybe it's commercial solar. We got a nice picture here. Okay, they just reused all the same photos for this. So we're just going to reuse it as well. Normally you want to add different photos. We'll just add this one. Nice and easy, nothing complicated. And that just lets them know that, hey, they're going to be in contact with you and this is the next steps. So you don't make them worry or anything. They know this is the next steps and the actual people are going to be in contact with you. Now, moving forward, there's 2 things after the thank you page, I should say. We have the mobile version, which needs to be corrected. This is pretty simple. Lenny really does a really good job on this most times. Benefits, perfect. If you hit rebuild mode, 90% of this will be perfect. The other 10% will need a tune-up. But I really like just hitting rebuild mode. You can normally get pretty good. So what we can do here is we can make this smaller. And to make this the exact same size, if you look over here, you see 217 width and 59 height. We're just going to copy 294, as this is way easier than guessing. And it is very precise, which is nice. Perfect. And sometimes you can even build a little hover button here that just stays with the person the entire time they scroll the screen, and that could be the phone number. That really helps increase the actual conversion rates for phone calls. So that's something we also do sometimes, depending on what the person wants. Normally on the phone version, I don't like to add as much writing. I like to add images and then just get a quote, keep it simple. I'm gonna move this up here. Actually, I'm gonna get a quote down here, and I'm gonna move this picture up here. Easy and free solar installation. I would have a better picture here. I'm gonna move this up. Make it easy, easy and fast solar installation. And then benefits, this is all set perfectly. That needs to be changed a little bit. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. And now everything's essentially good. It's close enough. Yeah, that's good. And then you can just adjust the section. That's perfectly fine. Testimonials are good, description's good. I want to flip this around, so that's completely fine. Actually, you know what? It's not a big important deal, so we're just going to leave it like this. And that looks good. That looks good. All of that looks really good. We'll look at the thank you page here. Thank you. Our solar experts will be in contact in the next 24 hours. Perfect. I would increase this. Cool. If you wanted to put the image there, you can. It's not a super big deal though. Let's see. And then also, if you don't want to show stuff on the mobile or desktop page, you can just click these buttons and click on one of the actual items you don't want to appear. And then as you can see, it appears. And then if you don't want it to appear, perfect. So if you only want it to appear on mobile or desktop, that's how you do it. Very, very simple. Now, the final thing we have to do here is make sure this all works. I have an entire video on the actual conversion tracking setup. I'll link those two things up above for the actual phone call and then the actual lead form. So what I'm going to do now is actually set up the lightbox, which is very, very important. We don't have a lightbox yet. So what we can do is we can just hit create new. And one of the nice things about lightboxes is you don't have to keep resetting the email address, Terra Solar. So if you just set the email address in this thing once, you're good. And I'm going to go over and show you how to exactly set it up. So what we do is we come over here, form. We're going to hit form settings. We're going to add element. We're going to add name. That's important. Phone. And then probably I like to do like a note here. So we'll do notes. Phone is fine. And then also you can require these fields. Normally you don't want to require notes, but we'll do phone. Do that. Good. Name, require field, email, fine. And then whatever email you want to send it to, you can just hit email integration, turn this on, type in the email, and then type in the actual email title. So it'll probably be like new lead or something like that. So when someone submits a lead or someone emails you through this lead form box, the email will be sent to this email address and it will be titled whatever you titled it here. And that's the actual email addresses you can send it to. And you can send it to a whole bunch of email addresses if you want. You could also integrate this into a whole bunch of stuff. You can do it into an autoresponder. There's a whole bunch of settings here and I don't want to overcomplicate everything for you guys. But yeah, pretty simple if you just take your time with it. We're going to hit save and close. And now our box thing looks like this. We're going to change the color to, I like doing like a little bit gray. I'm also going to change the color of this box to the same color that it was. Is this still pasted? It is not pasted. So we're going to have to come over here, steal the color. Also, by the way, hit save every once in a while. If your internet goes out or something like that, I've had it where I have to redo half a page because I just forgot to save. So make sure you hit save. We're going to come over here. We're going to round the corners. We'll hit 30. And then I would type in the exact same thing that was below. So I would type in, instead of send, get a quote. You never want to leave these just as, submit or, send. The reason for that is you want to tell the person what happens next. If you do not, they are less likely to convert, which has been proven time and time again. People like to get a benefit and know what's happening next as opposed to just something that's vague like send, because send doesn't describe what happens next. And yeah, very, very important to do. The next thing is you could, by the way, also they have different form styles if you want. There's a whole bunch of them. Feel free to check them out. I just like the default ones here. We're going to do a little bit of padding, which just expands this, makes it a little easier to read. The next thing we're going to do is click the background here and we're going to make it transparent. And then we're going to come over here with this X, drag it over here. This just allows people to actually exit out of it in case they don't want to do it. We will do the color. What color should we do? We'll just do the blue. That's fine. Everything looks good here. We'll look at the mobile version of this. We'll drag the X down again because sometimes the mobile version isn't perfect, but everything here looks good. And then we're just going to hit save and then we're going to hit publish. And this is looking pretty good. So what we're going to do now is hit save and publish on this one as well. And the nice thing about Landingly is it gives you a free domain for all of these things to actually publish on. So you can actually test it out on different devices and whatever you want to do. So as you can see, this looks pretty simple. And it is. I don't think I added this. There we go. That's what I did wrong. I didn't actually assign the light box. So there we go. And it's good and important to test this stuff out. Even I, the master of landing pages, make mistakes. And that's okay. We learn from our mistakes and we keep going. That's how life is. Where are we? Logo here, probably another phone number here. Nice, easy, clean. And then as you can see, easy, fast solar installation. Nice and easy. When we click on this, this pops up. Name, phone number. As you can see, when we click on this, you have name, phone number, email, notes, and then they just hit get a quote, and that will send it off, which is very easy. Or they can click call this. And yeah, that should be essentially all that you have to do. As you can see, the videos are working. This is working. And I would add in, make it look a little bit more fancy. But other than that, the basics are here. And like I said, this template that we use normally gets over 20% conversion rates. It is very, very good. It's well thought out. And despite it being small and limited, it gets the problem done. It solves the person's problem, and that's all people care about. They don't care about all this super fancy stuff. If you have 5,000 site links, they don't care. They want their problem solved, and the person who can solve it the quickest normally wins, and that's what we're doing here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I did go back and make a few tweaks to this because I was like, you know what? If we're going to do something, we might as well do it right. So, like I said earlier in the video, I'm not going to be lazy. I went through, I made this look a little bit more clean, a little bit more easy to read. That should be changed out with the actual white just so it's better. The check marks have been updated. This has all been written in, services, video, that all looks fine. This looks like a very, very good landing page for a start. I would add a little bit more in about the actual products and what you actually have to offer just in the actual description under the our services section. But other than that, it should be fine. This is what it looks like. When you click get a quote, this pops up, or you can call the number. Here's what our clients say, discover the benefits, nice, easy to read, perfecto. Looks really, really nice. That's how I would do it. This landing page is really, really nice. I would go ahead and run this. I would test it, and then I would tweak the settings. I would make this a little, I'd put a divider here just so you could see that it is divided. But other than that, this landing page looks good. Expand the description side or the product side. Other than that, you should be fine, and this landing page is good to go. Like I said previously, this is in our landing page course. If you want to get more experience on how to build landing pages, that's in there. But if you just use this and build your own landing page, you should be pretty much good. You shouldn't need too much help. Keep it simple, keep it easy, make sure everything loads quick, and you should be on your way to having a conversion rate between 20 and 40% and either quadrupling or 5 times in your results overnight. Now moving forward, these landing pages will need to be optimized. I prefer optimizing them inside of Google Ads, but you could also A/B test them with the actual landing lead program, which is cool. You can just come over here, hit optimize, and it will allow you to test a whole bunch of different variants if you want. Now, just like the actual landing pages and their optimization, you also need to optimize your Google Ads accounts. So you might want to check out the Google Ads optimization checklist. It walks you through on what to do on a weekly, monthly, 3-month basis. And it also lets you jot down your results so you can see that you're making progress month over month. It's completely free and the link is down below. I like having a checklist. It makes everything a lot easier in my life. So you might want to also consider checking it out. Other than that, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about landing pages or Google Ads in general, feel free to leave a comment down below. I will do my best to answer it. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Take care, and I wish you all well.